Hello there. What happens if you have a Skoda Octavia and you crash it into a rock? Well, based on the state of this bumper, it's nothing good. Welcome to CarSpyTV. No. I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't me that damaged this car. Come on, let's have a look. The bumper damage is on the rear left corner. There's the worst of it, and as we can see, that's quite deep. There's another little mark there, which the camera is struggling to focus on, but it is nonetheless there. And there are some other scuffs under the bumper along there. See those? The exhaust has been slightly damaged as well. I'll show you. We have a dent there. So, proof as if it was needed, the rocks and cars don't mix. To repair the bumper properly, we need to sand it down, apply body filler, sand it down again, and then spray paint as much of the bumper is necessary to get a decent colour match. However, that's more time, effort and money than this car's owner wants to go to, so we need the next best alternative, and that alternative is down there. And here it is, a little touch-up set. This set includes the base coat, which for this car is storm blue, as well as the clear coat and, just for luck, some instructions, which we don't need, but we'll read them anyway. The writing is impossibly small, so we've got this magnifying glass, and it says, check colour shade. Yes, that's definitely blue. That's a good start. It says, do not use below 15 degrees Celsius. We're a bit borderline on that, but let's risk it. And also, may cause a drowsiness or dizziness. Well, I feel okay. Do you feel okay? Yes? Good. We'll go for it then. The instructions also say to shake the paint vigorously, which we've done. And I'm hoping the picture you're seeing is at least vaguely in focus. It's difficult for the camera to focus because it's pointing at a reflective surface. The ground is wet here and I can feel water soaking into my right trouser leg, which is fun. I did put down this picnic blanket, but it turns out the picnic blanket is full of holes. Never mind. The blue base coat has now been applied. The back of the bumper looks significantly better than it was, but is never going to look amazing because of how deep those gouges were. In contrast, the repair on the underside of the bumper looks very good indeed, considering we're using a touch-up kit. So let's have a look. There's the beginning of it. There's the middle. Can you guess what's coming next? There's the end, so I'm pleased with that, but more to the point, what's that hanging down underneath my Primera? Oh, it's just a piece of plant and general detritus. Nothing to worry about. Now, the instructions say that the base coat takes about 45 minutes to dry, and once it is, we should apply the clear coat, but I'm not convinced. I've used lots of these touch-up kits over the years and found that more often than not, applying the clear coat makes the repair more obvious. It depends on the car, how bad the damage is and where the damage is, but on this occasion, my gut tells me to leave well alone. It's also telling me it's nearly lunchtime. What we will do though, as the exhaust had a bit of a wallop, is to start the car, rev the engine and see if there's any sign the exhaust is leaking. And that means we need the car keys, which are There. I've got too many keys. What do you think? Have a listen. Sounds okay so far. Let's try not to breathe that in. Hold your breath. Yep, I think that's absolutely fine. In other news, when I'm tinkering with cars, I don't wear my proper glasses because there's a good chance they'll get broken. Instead, I buy these cheap ready readers for a couple of quid and, yeah, good decision. Anyway, that's it. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to CarSpyTV. That makes it easier to find my other content. Can you also please do me a favour and click like on this video, and I'll see you next time when I'll probably ignore another set of instructions. Bye.